everybody, it's Aquila, and this is a Lefty Knitter Podcast, episode 155. Thank you to all my returning viewers. Thank you to any new viewers. This is a podcast that is posted weekly. I record through the week and I smoosh all the videos together, then post it on Saturday. It's a crafty podcast, mostly knitting and crochet, sometimes other things thrown in there, so... How is everybody? I hope everybody's well. It has been an emotional weekend. It was an emotional Friday, let me just say. I know I talked on Saturday and I kind of like blew off, whatever. But yeah, dealing with some stuff with my child's school. So, not getting into details just because I just don't want to. But that's why. Very emotional. But yesterday we had the whole weekend was really great. We went to the park with some friends. We cleaned up our yard, got it ready for, entertaining outside, which will be nice, since we can possibly start letting people into our lives again. Sounds terrible, right? But that's where we stand. I am recording in a hallway at my work. I am wearing my So Faded sweater. I just did 3 colors. I didn't do 4. I think it calls for 4, but since I did short sleeve, I was like, I'm just gonna do 3. But now it's a little short on me, not like cropped, but yeah, so I showed you guys in the last episode that I was swatching for I wrote it down, the Highland Slipover by Ozetta. All my details are always down below. When I can provide non-Ravelry links, I try to do that. Sometimes I don't, but maybe there is a non-Ravelry link and you can Google it, so at least the name and the designer is there for you. I am casting one for the large, and I did a gauge swatch, so I did not rip out my gauge swatch yet. I don't know why, because I'm not gonna need it for anything. This was on US 7s, this was on US 6s. I got better gauge on the 6, although I can't really block it much. So, and the fabric is kind of nice. This is an Aran weight. The pattern calls for a worsted weight, so there's a little discrepancy there. I got a lot of knitting done on Sunday morning. I was like, I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna knit, and that's what I did, and I cast this new project on. I am using West Yorkshire Spinners fleece. It's 100% Jacob wool, and it is the light gray color. If you don't know, Jacob sheep are the ones with the 4 horns. We love those so much. I just love seeing them at all the shows. So I was excited to be able to get this at a very discounted price and be able to knit with it. Naughty Lady Yarns. I don't know how much they have in stock left, but now everything is 50% off. And I made another order for some Malabrigo Rios, and I'll show that when it comes in, to make John a cardigan, and I'll show it. I got it for $60. I couldn't beat that. Okay, so you cast on this, it's kind of boxy, pullover, slipover, and you do a bunch of short rows on the back. And now, I know my row gauge is off. I knew that. As I was knitting, and I got to a point where we finished the short rows, it says I should have measured about approximately 5 3/4 inches. I'm at 6 3/4, so I'm an inch over what it should have been measuring. So now I'm just knitting back and forth at this point, and it says I should knit 48 rows, but it also then says it should measure 12.5 inches. Well, I'm going to disregard the amount of rows and just knit to the 12.5 inches. I am now at 11 inches, and So 4.5 inches is approximately, or whatever it was, from where I stopped doing short rows to now. I did 29 rows, and it's giving me about 6.5 rows per inch. So I have 1.5 more inches to go. I'm gonna be close. I'm gonna be between like 36 rows, maybe 36 to 40 rows to finish to the 12.5 inches. So I'm gonna have less rows than it says to knit to get to the 12.5 inches. I hope that makes sense. I could be holding this up and showing you. So this is the back, and this will be the top back, and you do all these short rows, and it's curling up like crazy, so it's really, really hard to show you. But I got to here, and this is where I stopped doing short rows, and you're knitting just flat, so you can see that it's not coming out anymore, and it's just straight up and down. So that's where I'm at. So I only have 1.5 inches to go, and I'm on ball 1, and I'm almost done. I mean, I'm not almost done ball 1, but I've used a lot of ball 1. So that's where we're at. I have not ripped out that hat yet, but I am definitely going to, and then look through my stash to find something that's more suitable. I think it just needs to be a plumper fingering weight. I don't know. I just didn't like the fabric. Maybe I need to go up to a sport and then knit with the size that it calls for. I don't know. I have some sport in my stash. I don't have much sport in my stash, but I love this so much. It is so sheepy. It just smells like you're like at the fair or at the thing at like the fairgrounds and you're petting all the sheep, and I love it. All right, I am going to take the rest of my lunch and try to get a few rows in on this, and yeah, I'm definitely gonna push myself this week to try to do, I would love to say 8 rows a night on my Friday tee. I don't think 8 rows a night is gonna happen, because that would be one full color section, because it's 6 rows of the brown and then 2 rows of the blue. So that would be 8, but I don't think I'm gonna get 8. If I can get 4, at least 4 a night, I would be really happy with 4 rows a night. Because it's that broken rib, every other row is a knit purl row on all those stitches, and it's kind of a slog, but I do love it. I'm very excited to wear it. So I need to push myself. All right, until the next clip. See you guys. Hey everybody, it's March 10th, it's Thursday. I've been knitting a lot on that slipover. I've put some rows on my other sweater too, but that slipover has got me. I love it. It curls up so much. It's hard to like show. So like on the, I'll show more. I think tonight I might be able to join the body. Fingers crossed. But I wanted to show you guys, I made some progress with my bead weaving stuff. So let me show you. It's pretty exciting and not exciting. And everybody was so gracious and was like, it's not a fail, it's a learning experience. And yes it is, but I still, I still am upset how it didn't work out, but that's okay. It's okay. Look, I got my fire line. I'll show you guys that in a second, but look what I did. Ready? Let me hold it up on top of the felt, because I think you'll be able to see it better. I need to put findings on for earrings because I think they would be really fun. I thought about just doing one and doing like a leather pendant, a leather necklace piece. It's not gonna focus. Oh, there we go. What? So I went back to doing some, I mean, not that I couldn't do the brick stitch or the double stacked brick stitch, because that's what I had to do, was like, it was a double stack. And I'll show you that in a minute too. But I was like, let's go to something easier. Why am I not, why? It doesn't want to focus on me. I don't know what's going on. Let me stop this and I'll start a new video. Okay, I'm back in focus. So I figured, let me just go with something that's a little bit easier. I mean, I thought it was easier. It's probably comparable. I don't know. I think this is so much fun. Now, I didn't make them very long. I've seen some that are really, really long, and I want to make some of those. So I am excited about being able to use my irregular seed beads for this. I think that they still look really pretty. But got my fire line, right? Got my pattern out for that earring. I had gotten all my beads from Delica. Well, Fire Mountain Gems, but they're the Delica beads. They're so much more uniform. So much more uniform. It's insane. Was doing good. Was getting far. Oh, I didn't. It's in this bucket because I just threw all my little ones that didn't work just in this bucket because I'm just put it down and I started knitting last night because I got this far, which I'm going to show you without poking myself because I think I still have the needle attached to it. Maybe. Maybe not. Yes, I do. It's there. There's the needle. It is still attached because I got not really far, not compared to how big the pattern is, but I got and they're going to be really hard to see. Now I've unfocused myself again. And guess what? My fire line broke. It broke. Actually, it broke right here. This was looking good, y'all. So I posted a post, and Theresa from Pretty Twisted Yarns is like, I used to do bead weaving, and sometimes if you're pulling it too tight, it'll break. And sometimes the beads can have like a sharp edge. It'll snap. It's okay. I was doing well with this and I felt really confident. And so this did not even take me very long, but after it broke, I was just like, nope. And I picked up my sweater, not the pullover, but my Friday tee. I picked that up and I was like, I'm going to do some rounds on this because this ain't going to fail me. I hope. But dang, I was so upset. And so, yeah. It's okay. I am not giving up because I really want to make these earrings. I bought 4 earring patterns, I think. I want to figure this. So I need to loosen my tension a little and not pull it as tight, but I need to pull it tight enough so the beads all sit correctly and pretty. But I'm also going to make some more of these because these are so much fun. I think I need to get like a chart or something or some graph paper so I can kind of like color what I want to do. That's what I think I want to do. Because I have all these beads. I have so many beads and I think it'll be really pretty. And I have a really good, I want to make something for someone and send it to them, and I'll have to show you that. I might not show you and record the clip and then show later because I don't want the person to get it. Okay, long story short, yeah. I'm going to send something to someone, I think, because I think it would be appreciated. That is similar to these, but with certain colors, I guess. That's awkward. Other than that, I did get John's yarn for his sweater. He said he liked it. I don't know. Whatever. And I haven't ripped that hat out. So that's where I'm standing right now. That's where we're at. I had a pulmonologist appointment this morning because if you've been following me for a while, you know I've been having like all the breathing crap with post-COVID. Yeah. So we're going to go like that inhaler, the Symbicort was so expensive. I was like, you have to help me. This is not cost effective for me and my family. You have to help me. And so we're going to switch over back to Advair, which is the disc. And in the Advair, you have like 3 levels of steroid strength. So we're going to start with the medium, wean myself to the lowest, and then we're going to wean myself off of it. So that's cool. He wants me to just get a chest x-ray in case, but like the breathing test that you have to do usually at your first pulmonologist appointment, I did much better this time than I did the first time in 2019. So that felt good. But I just feel like, and I told him, I was like, I don't feel like I'm ever going to feel like I did before 2019. I don't know. He's like, start working on elevating your physical activity also. So that's another thing. Need to start doing that. And then we can keep adjusting medications. So that's where we are. All the inhalers, y'all. You got to make sure you're taking care of yourself. And I was just really lucky that when I called my pulmonologist, they're like, oh, we have appointments this week. And I was like, oh, things are getting better, I guess. Like, people are able to get in quicker. I don't know. Like, I was just like, sweet. Or maybe the pulmonologist is not somebody that would be the person I think people are seeing the most. COVID. Didn't mean to say that. The sickness. We don't talk about Bruno. Okay. I'm gonna go because I'm just being silly. Yeah. I'll talk to you guys later. Hey everybody, it is March 11th and it's Friday. I just wanted to pop in real quick and show you guys. I did a little more beadwork. I also might have said I failed with the beadwork with the delicate beads. I'm gonna try that again though. I am going to make the earrings that I bought a pattern for. None of these have been the ones I bought the pattern for, but that's okay. I'm getting some learning in. I just wish for this product or this project I had black fire line or black beading line, but it's okay. The recipient hopefully won't really care too much. But so let me show you. I did finally put hooks on this pair. So this is 2. Oops, no, I'm just gonna, there's 2. And I put a hook up there. I think these are really fun, but these are, you know, bright and kind of statement-y piece. So I wanted to make a pair that was kind of more subtle. I don't know if subtle is the word, but so I used leverbacks for these, and this was obviously a different technique. This was just doing the fringe on the hoop part. This one I had to do some stacking of the beads, but again, I'm using the uneven bead, so it is kind of uneven on the top triangle portion. Now, one of these I did first, and one of these I did second. I believe this was the one I did first. And then this one I did second. Now I can't remember. I did mess up and didn't put enough beads on the one. Is it that one? I'm just gonna hold them up. It's okay. It's not that noticeable. So you can see the white line, the fire line, the beading wire, like on the fronts. Like I didn't pull it in tight enough. Can you see that little piece there? And so I have 2. I have 2 done. These are on leverback earrings. So these are a little more subtle. So they're not as big, right? Not as big. And kind of blend in. The person has really dark hair, and I just thought like the clear crystals on the bottom would kind of pick up whatever color you were wearing. I just love that. Be okay. All right, so I've been talking a lot about other projects that aren't knitting related, and I apologize to all the people that are here that love the knitting fiber content, but I'm gonna document everything I've been doing only because, I don't know, I just think maybe people that have beads at home that are like, oh, I haven't done this in a long time, makes me want to like dig it out. Like Theresa from Pretty Twisted Yarns, her and I talk, And she's like, I used to do a lot of bead weaving, so ask me any questions. And so it's been really nice to have somebody to talk about it too. I do want to make more of like just this style. I actually want to make ones with really long fringe, but I'm not sure who I would give them to. I just want to make them. And that was Theresa's thing. She's like, I just wanted to do the techniques and make stuff, and I never use any of it. And I was like, yeah, that is kind of a shame. I think I would just end up giving these away to somebody that said, oh, I really like that. So that's where I'm at right now. Because, like, I don't change my earrings. I have plugs and then 2 holes with just regular stainless steel hoops in them. And I never, ever change them. Although, I guess I could. Hazel was begging for a pair of rainbow earrings. And I was like, baby, I'm not going to make you a pair that are this big. So I was going to make, like, a little, like, the fringe would be, like, this long. The shortest one, and somehow I have to find post back earrings that have like a flat front, and then I could just like glue them onto the front of the post, because she is so ready to change her ear. She got her ears pierced and she is so ready to like change out her earrings. But all right, on to some knitting. So I never told you the premise of why I cast this on. Now, I didn't pick this pattern because of this knit along. I had picked this pattern because I bought the yarn and I liked the pattern and I had it, but then it was the perfect opportunity for this knit along. So Trish, who is Tie-Dye Diva, and I've met Trish, I don't know, like 4 or 5 years ago at Needles Up, I think, when Needles Up was at Maryland. I think that's the first time I met her in person. I'm pretty sure I had like kind of like liked her stuff or whatever. So I met her in person. She has the Best Day Ever podcast, and she podcast alone, and then she was podcasting with a co-host, and now she's back to just her. But Trish does also paper crafts. So if you're into paper crafts, she actually has an Etsy shop. It's the Best Day Ever podcast. And she has an Etsy shop where she sells like stickers and paper and all kinds of stuff that I don't do. I don't do the paper craft stuff. That's not my thing. I don't do the journaling. I've just never gotten into it. I think it's beautiful. And she actually does like journal with me videos. So you should check that out. I'll have everything linked below for you to be able to find her. But she's doing a vest along. So it's through March and April. And vests, you know, you don't get stuck on Sleeve Island. Isn't that nice? And I really finding some staples in my wardrobe. So I didn't go and like look at this designer's like Instagram right away. And I was looking at it the other day, and holy cow, the aesthetic is just really nice. It's all really neutral tans and browns, really beautiful colors, creams, you know, all like real natural. I don't think there was a dyed item on her page. But it was all staple type items. Simple raglans, simple pullovers, simple vest looking things. Slipover. This is called a slipover. And that'll be linked down below so you can find her Instagram through that. But I got pretty far. I've now joined so you knit the back like the back and do short rows and to the armholes. And then you knit the front panel and the front panel, and you connect them. And now I'm knitting this stuff here. And then eventually I'll get to shaping the armholes, and then I'll join in the round. And you only have like a little bit of ribbing because it's kind of like a boxy. It'll come out a little further. I'm going to put it over my head and show you guys, although it's very hard to try to comprehend. It's not hard to comprehend. It just looks kind of silly because this thing rolls up like a sausage. Look at this. So the last time you guys saw, I was knitting down the back. This is where I had a marker and I was knitting straight knitting. And I was probably down here maybe. And I got to the point where it's now on waste yarn. So that's the back. And then you pick up the stitches and you do your front panel. That's a front panel. And you do this front panel. I'm going to put it over my head, even though it looks silly, because you can't really get the idea, I think, from it. So, and my hair is now everywhere. So there's the back, and of course it's rolling like crazy. And then here will be the front, and it has like a folded brim collar on it. It's not real tall, it's real little. So, see? Once it's all kind of unrolled and blocked, it'll be like that, and it'll have like some ribbing. And I can always insert a picture here so you can get an idea. But my hair is all in the way, so you can't see much of anything. So now I'm just straight knitting back and forth on this front until I have enough to join down here. I feel like I have a weird cape on. Okay, that's what I have to show you. I haven't knit any on a few rows on my Friday tee and none on my socks. I've just been, and it's been a little busy life-wise. We've had some stuff. Yeah, I am supposed to, weather permitting, because the weather is a little weird, weather permitting, I'm supposed to meet a knitting friend, Jen. She probably doesn't care that I said her first name. I mean, it's not like I'm tagging her and everything. Supposed to meet her to go, there's a few yarn studios that open up, and you can go tour the farm studio and you can buy stuff from them. So Colorway is one that just joined the studio tour. So we're gonna try to hit Way and see her. I showed you yarn that I bought from her at the Alpaca Festival. I think it was the Alpaca Festival this last November. Would have been just recently. And Avalon Springs. So there's other ones. Is it Flying Goat? Can't remember. And Kathy Withers are the other two. There might be one more that used to be on the studio tour, but I can't. Dancing Leaf, I think, was, and maybe they still are, but maybe they're not for this weekend. I don't know. But we're supposed to meet up and at least try to hit 2, and then I have another obligation on Saturday. So if I do have any video from any of those places, it'll probably just be in the next week's episode, because I've now talked a lot, and tomorrow might be a little hectic in the morning, so I don't know what else I really have to show you other than like rows on this, because this is what I'm totally into that right now. So if you want to knit a vest, you can use the hashtag or a slipover, pullover, anything that kind of looks like a vest. The hashtag, I believe, is BDE for best day ever vestalong. And yeah, so you can go check out Trish. She's wonderful, and yeah, I've known her a long time. I feel like I've known her a long time, but she has great videos, and definitely give her a shout out and a look-see. And even if you don't join in, and you maybe you enjoy knitting and paper crafting, and that's your thing. She also sews, so she's multi-craftual. Is that a word? I know I didn't make that up. I've heard that before. So I've talked a lot. I'm gonna go. Happy Friday, y'all. I mean, whenever you watch. Happy whatever day you're watching this. All right, everybody. It is Friday. Nope. It is Saturday, March 12th. It is my sister-in-law's birthday today. So we have that to do. I have to wrap up presents. And I'm going to join a Zoom call, hopefully, and play some Chutes and Ladders. So I might just be listening on the Zoom call, but that's okay. I blow dried my hair today. My hair is getting so long. I never do anything with it, so this might be one of the only times you guys see me actually. I mean, and this is just drying it. It's not even anything special. Okay, so hopefully on the Zoom call, I'm going to cast on the second fruit stripe gum sock. I don't remember me showing the toe of this, but I think I did. I don't remember. I was here, I think, the last time you guys had seen it, and if not, I did finish the toe. I'm going to do a cut-in heel. I have my template from the Fish Lips Kiss heel pattern, which is like a huge wealth of knowledge, but the thing I use most from it, because I don't do wrap and turn heels really at all, is my paper template. So if I put my toe here, and I'm going to move it over for sake of seeing, The line that I need to cut my heel is this straight line here, which I was trying to get right at this first stripe. So there you go. So they won't be super long. I knew that though. That's all right. And I'm hoping to cast on the second. I did start that beaded earring that I bought the pattern for and I kept failing. And I didn't quite fail this time. I just don't love how the edges look, but I'm going to show you it's still actually attached to the needle because I messed up the fringe and I have to go back and fix the fringe. I didn't do it. So the chart is really frustrating because knitting charts are marked like every 10 rows. This isn't marked at all. This is just a color coded chart. So it's very frustrating because like how many beads are you supposed to have? If there's markings of every 10 or every 5, I could it wouldn't be so bad. And I'm not quite sure how to, like, unless I print it out, which I don't want to print it out. I was trying to do it all digital. So my first row, I didn't put enough beads, so I need to rip out the fringe because I got to the second row and realized it's not enough. But I did, and it's going to be awkward to hold up because the fringe, the beads, and I didn't even finish fringing the second set of beads because it's not right. So I'm not quite sure if I love the iridescent beads. I think I should have bought like a matte set of beads for that, but it's okay. It'll be all right. And then, yeah, so I've started fringe, which will have an image in the fringe, which is quite interesting. I'll put the picture here. So you guys know what this is kind of supposed to be. But yeah, so that's where I'm at with that. Luckily, the fringe is a different set of string, so I can just pull that out and restart. I just wish the chart was labeled better because it would be so much easier. Oh well. I just don't want to print it. All right, I haven't been watching anything really. I haven't been reading anything. I am still waiting for the Outlander audiobook in the library. It's been a very long wait. John has the actual physical copy, but I am not great at reading physical copies of books, so I'm just waiting for the audiobook. That's the new Diana Gabaldon Outlander, Go Tell the Bees I'm Gone, I think is the title of that one. So I'm waiting on that because I've read all the others, and yeah, and I know the show just started back, and I'm a little upset because we don't have stars, and we'll probably end up just getting it to eventually or somehow. Just maybe waiting for it to come out. I don't know. Either way, that's about it. I have to go get Chutes and Ladders because Hazel wants to play, and yeah, that's about all I got for you today. So enjoy this clip of me just beading and some music. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Take care of each other. Check on each other. Check on yourself. You know, self-care, very important. And I'll talk to everybody next time. Knit happy.